elusive ticket to Catalyst's pheromone party.
Everyone I've talked to about it has been, you're going to a party to smell someone's shirt.
You need to sleep in a t-shirt for 3 nights leading up to the party. Shower with supplied unscented soap just prior to going to bed.
I could be the smelly girl.
Avoid eating spices, garlic and onions. It's my favourite.
So, copulin is a pheromone that may signal fertility, but let's face it, it's not exactly discriminating. Hardly a basis to find your perfect match.
What we're really interested in here is something far more individualistic, a unique chemical signature that does indeed seem to have something to do with that elusive sense of chemistry.
And what it reveals is the compatibility of our immune systems.
How many of you found that you really like?
It was just one that you went, oh, no, thank you.
Believe it or not, our personal smell, the essence of us, is our immunity peptides. And nature does not want us to breed with someone too similar.
I'm sorry, it's going back.
Here's a simplified way of thinking about it. Although there are thousands of immunity genes, each of us only get 8 major ones, 4 from our mother, 4 from our father. So we want to mate with someone who has very different genes to our own. Now you would think that with all those thousands of genes, everyone would be different, but it's not that simple. There's a number of genes that are actually really common. So the HLA-A2 gene, 50% of Europeans have it. Another common one, HLA-B8, and so on and so on. If you mate with someone whose genes are too similar to your own, then worst case scenario, in the gene shuffling that ensues, you could end up with a child who effectively only has 4 different immunity genes instead of 8. That's what the t-shirt sniffing is all about.
It turns out men with different immune genes smell good to us.
We're sisters, we both like it. You can pick which one you want. We've got the same immunity genes.
But if they're too similar,
As soon as I open it, I'm like, no. You feel physically repulsed.
and the person who discovered all this is this man.
It turns out we can hold you personally responsible for starting this whole t-shirt sniffing craze.
Yeah, that's true.
Were you a little surprised at how well it worked?
To be honest, not at all, because we knew already that this part of the immune system is highly conserved from the sharks onwards and all vertebrates. And you wouldn't believe it. We showed here the same thing with fish. All vertebrates sniff out their partners for the kind of immunogenes they might offer when chosen as a mate.
I guess when you think about it, no woman is going to choose to sleep with a man who smells wrong.
Yes, I would think so. Maybe you can compensate for that with money.
So we'd have to have a lot of money.
I don't know. I have no experience in these things, but this is just a rough guess. This is a hypothesis.
Meanwhile, it looks like Catalyst has helped these sisters clear up a little mystery.
We always wonder why we attract the same men, and it's because
We both went through the same smell.
Yeah.
And we're sisters, so maybe that has something to do with us having the same immunity genes.
But hang on. If odour evolved to help us sniff out mates with opposite immune genes, aren't we stuffing the system up?
There was one with perfume.
Yeah, they didn't follow the rules.
Cheating, that's cheating.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm talking perfumes. Have you ever wondered why the same perfume can smell fabulous on one person
That's gorgeous.
and terrible on the next?
Or Rose.
I warned you.
And that gave Professor Malinsky an idea.
We use perfumes since at least 5,000 years in all cultures. My idea was that your choice of perfume has something to do with your immune gene order that you emit.
So he's tested it from humans to fish using synthesized immune gene odors.
We can really conclude from our results that perfumes are selected so that they amplify the natural perfume message that you produce yourself.
Every picture tells a story, so they say.
And now, I think it's time to check in with our observers. Any signs of chemistry? It's blatantly clear when there is interest.
Emily is flipping her hair. They're raising their eyebrows.
And when there's not.
She seems very, very interested in him. He seems a little bit petrified.
Sad. I've developed a real soft spot for Nathan. I really hope he meets someone. Meanwhile, what have we here?
It's not homely.
Emily has tracked down her preferred t-shirt match, and it's Chris.
Emily actually is at the bar right now. They're laughing a lot, and she's holding onto a straw, putting it in her mouth.
My romance radar will have to keep track of that surprise development.
So this click, this chemistry, I think, is the very earliest sense of that. And it's pretty extraordinary. If you watch two individuals who are really clicking with each other and you turn off the sound, you can actually see it in their bodies and how they move in synchronicity with each other.
And it's all over.
It's all about information. By the end of your pheromone party, people are going to have smelt the t-shirts, they're going to have the look, and they're also going to have had a chance to meet each other. You should observe where people mingle at the end of the night, but I bet you t-shirts and psychology are going to trump looks.
And now we've provided the perfect opportunity to check out exactly that, and for a little bit of extra display behaviour. Hang on, Chris, you're dancing with your mate, and now with me. Actually, not bad for a bloke clutching a beer. Meanwhile, Nathan looks like he's found a girl. Has our experiment actually worked?
Thanks again for coming, and we will be in touch to see if any of you do actually meet someone special.
So, did anyone? I restrain myself and don't contact anyone for a week. But damn it, I feel like I've endured 3/4 of a rom-com and then the planes landed and I never get to see the end. Finally, curiosity burning, I head out to meet my young friends once again. Did they meet anyone? Just a little bit?
There was one guy that I spoke with that night and we exchanged phone numbers. I don't know if it's anything romantic at all, but if I make a new friend out of it, why not?
We got along really well, but I didn't end up getting his number.
And what about the boys?
Liz, definitely clicked with her. She's gorgeous, and this Friday we're going on a date. So, fingers crossed, hey?
And here's where, like any good rom-com, we score an ironic twist. Remember this girl who was Chris's perfect type, but dreams turned to ash with a personality crash. And then... You've been on a date?
Yes. Well, we went last Wednesday, and we're going on a date again tomorrow.
Well, I'm really surprised that you met anyone, to be honest.
Well, thanks a lot.
You? No, it's such an artificial situation.
It is. But I just went with no expectations, really, just to have fun. But that might have contributed to the fact that it was successful.
No, he didn't.
They went out together. They've had 2 dates.
Wow.
Ah, my perfect rom-com ending, complete with subtle as a sledgehammer morality tale. If you don't have the click, you don't get the chick. But will this be the perfect match? Well, honestly, who knows? After all, if all the elements, looks, smell, personality, align so easily, it would happen to us all the time. So thanks to all the young people who gamely helped us reveal the evolutionary complexity that is chemistry. For extended interviews or to find out how to run your own pheromone party, please visit the Catalyst website or Radio National's The Science Show.